Jordan. How are you doing today?
I'm a little better today, but it has been kind of like a rough week and just like a lot of things to do. I had to take my dog to have surgery today, so that's kind of on my mind.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, so I'm hearing that you're kind of stressed out. Just got a lot going on this week. Been a little rough than usual. I know last week you were, really in a good mood and positive vibes, but has anything changed, or is that one of like your main stressors this week, or what's going on?
I think a lot of things are due this week. So I have like a big quest project due Monday. I have a big project due tomorrow. Just kind of all of those things kind of adding on, and then on top of it, having my dog on, she's kind of like my emotional support. Like I like having her around.
Yeah,
so it's
I
like,
definitely get
and
that.
her being in surgery, like that's kind of stressful too.
Right. So I'm hearing that you have a lot to do, and I know we talked a little bit a couple days ago about the one assignment that you just turned in. You felt really confident about that, and you do feel confident about your upcoming projects. Is that correct?
Yes, I do for sure. Yeah.
So you think it's just like having to get everything done and not having your dog there to support you and comfort you in that process is maybe making you a little bit more on edge?
Yeah, definitely. It's like, I want it to be summer, and my motivation's really low, so having to do these big projects is like, I just don't want to.
Yeah.
So then I'm waiting till the last minute, and then I kind of feel like I have to rush.
Yeah.
But I probably don't have to rush, but it's just like one of those things which we've talked about before.
Yeah,
too.
for sure.
Like,
do you think that there's anything that you could do in terms of your work, what you have left, and anything that will maybe make it easier on you to where you don't have to, leave it all for the end and then kind of rush around?
Yeah, look, so I think this weekend I can get like a pretty good head start on like the writing of my actual research project. So just kind of getting through this rough draft of this project due tomorrow will really give me a lot more time to work on my research project, and then if I do good on the rough draft, then for that second project it'll be less time on the actual final draft.
Right.
And I have to present my research and all of that, so it'll kind of lessen the load there.
Okay, so you're thinking almost maybe like get the hard part out of the way and kind of already have it mostly done to where it's just like tweaking it and making sure editing stuff like that at the end.
Absolutely.
Okay, well it sounds like you have a good plan then. You just still feel stressed about it, just having everything due, just knowing that.
Yeah, and like just knowing that we literally have 2 weeks left.
Yeah.
And like that's crazy. I feel like I haven't done anything on the things that I have due in those 2 weeks, so it's just like getting it done and like being ready for summer and being ready for all of that. But
well, I'm hearing you say that you don't feel like you've gotten anything done, but at the same time, I know in the past, like each time you've said that before, you really have, and you usually do good in your work and everything that you do submit. So do you think there's a reason behind you still stressing and thinking that you're not doing enough, even though like your past has shown you that you are?
Oh, that's a good question. I think that I am putting more pressure on myself again to have it be perfect right away when I have the time to kind of tweak things, like you were saying. Like I told you I wanted to do like the rough draft so that I could tweak it later. But I think I'm just kind of holding myself to that higher standard again and like trying to force myself to have everything perfect right at the start when I don't need to do that.
Right, definitely get that. Yeah, we talked about that before. I know that that's something that's hard for you to like, kind of let go of and allow yourself to be confident in your work. I know that we've talked about in the past you doing different like self-care things outside of stressing about school and like in your extra time. I know you said that instead of like using that to do things for yourself, you just are kind of stressing about upcoming stuff and maybe not even necessarily like doing those assignments, but just thinking about them.
Right.
So do you think that maybe since you do have a plan set in stone that there's things that you could do outside of that might help alleviate that stress?
Definitely. I'm going to a formal this weekend, which will be a good stress relief and good time like just away from everything else that we don't normally have, because we haven't been able to have social events or anything like that. So it's definitely like a good relief from a lot of different things, I think.
Yeah.
So that, and then just like making sure that I'm doing things for myself, going to work out, having a good breakfast, whatever it is. Getting the massages, yes, absolutely.
Yeah, well that's good. So I'm hoping that maybe will like, I know it's been a hard week, but at the end of the week you have something to look forward to, and maybe that'll, get your pet back up and be able to like loosen that stress a little bit, get back in the mindset of, you do know what you're doing and you've done it before.
Definitely.
So hopefully that will allow you to calm down a little bit and for the next week for you to just go into it positive and do what you have to do and what you know you need to do maybe and be able to finish out there and finish out strong.
Yeah, I